Okay, so they just about have the first truck unloaded. And when this guy had to leave, he didn't speak English too well, but we told him he couldn't go straight because there's two very small bridges. We didn't think he would make it across if he goes straight forward. So he had to back up. Well, in the meantime, another truck came down the road. It had to sit and wait because it couldn't get by these two trucks. The ground was still pretty soft. The white truck had to pull backwards a little bit. This guy had to pull forwards a little bit, and the white truck had to pull over to the right. And then the guy standing on top of this had to back the truck all the way down to the end of the road. And that guy that was waiting down there had to sit and wait for all these trucks to rearrange. And anyways, I'm sure he had fun trying to back this truck up all the way down to the end of the road to get out. But they got it done. So now they're starting the second load of the second truck, unloading it. Total, I think it finally finished. They got there about 10 or 10:30, and I think they finished about 2:30. That's how long it took to unload these two trucks. So we now have metal pieces scattered all over the ground outside. Here's two more shots of all the metal laying out there. Okay, Steve took lots of pictures of the metal. I think that it's just a reassurance so when they come, if they say, oh, something's missing, it wasn't here, we have pictures of what was here from the beginning. And if they say, oh, we shipped that, but there's not a picture of it, then it didn't come with it. So it's kind of insurance for us, and also if something was stolen, we could turn into the insurance. They also had to load some of this into our detached garage because it was like the smaller bolts and things. So I have a video on that. That comes next. So this is what our driveway looked like after this guy was done. Steve asked him to try to do it a little differently, but he didn't care. He was just going to load it the way he wanted and could care less about our road. Okay, so when we first bought the very first piece of property up here in Missouri, the owner that we bought it from said, oh, there's this guy that farms it. His name's Robert Shepard. Gave us his name and number. And he says, if you want him to continue farming it, just give him a call. So we did. And it's probably the best thing we got out of the whole deal with that land. He has just become a very good friend. He just takes care of us. He saw our road and how messed up it was, so he brought his tractor over and he smoothed everything out. It's not perfect, or it doesn't look quite as good, but he's done a great job of smoothing it out and smoothing out the front of the road. And here's one more shot of him smoothing it out. It just looks so much better. At least we can now drive on it. You could not have driven on it the way with all the ruts that were in it before. Anyways, our metal building is here. It's not put up, but it is here. We are still waiting on windows, insulation, and garage doors.